Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the difference between the electric field and electric field intensity. Though both the terms are used synonymously, we have already studied the concept of electric field and electric field due to a point charge. But here first we will discuss the basic difference between the two. As you know, what is gravitational field? It's the region around a mass where the gravitational force can be experienced. Similarly, electric field is a region around a charge where the effect of the charge can be experienced. And electric field intensity is the force experienced by a unit charge placed around the source charge over there, right? So we'll just write down, it is the region around a charge where its effect can be experienced by a small charge. And electric field intensity is technically it is the force experienced by a unit charge, which is the test charge, okay? Placed around a source charge. Now here we are using this word source charge again and again. So what does that mean? Though we know, but we just need to write down what is a source charge. So the charge whose effect is experienced by a small charge placed around it. And what is a test charge? The small charge used to test the presence of force around a source charge. So by convention, we consider that a unit charge is used as a test charge, because that very small charge, if we find the force per unit charge, so this will be the electric field. We have already studied this. So that means if I have this charge and this as test charge, so how will I find the force? Force will be repulsive in this case. We have already studied this. This is the repulsive force. This is the direction of force, and the same direction is for the direction of electric field. So this also, electric field also has same direction, right? That means we can write it like this. This is K Q Q upon, if this is R, upon Q. This is the magnitude and the direction will be R cap if this is considered at O, and this is the R vector direction. Therefore, R cap direction is also this one only. So, if we cancel this, this gives us, we have already done this, this is K Q upon R square, and this is spherically symmetric. We have studied this as well. So, technically this is electric field intensity, but sometimes in numericals we use the terms electric field intensity and electric field synonymously. So, even if it is written that electric field is given, you have to use this electric field intensity only, right? So, this is about the basic difference between the two. Now, we can consider the electric field due to a system of charges at a place. So, for electric field due to a system of charges, the technique is, you have to keep in your mind that what is the technique is, we place a unit positive. Generally, we consider it positive by convention. Unit positive test charge, that is plus 1 coulomb charge, that is by convention. This is plus 1 at the point where we have to calculate the electric field. So, let us say for example, I have to find the electric field at this point P due to a system of charges, and those charges are, suppose, Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on up to Qn, right? As I told you that by convention, wherever I want to find out the electric field, I will place plus 1 charge over there, because in this formula also we can find that force between a unit charge and this charge. I will tell you an equivalent diagram here also. So, if I am placing this plus 1, what will be the direction of the force due to first charge on this plus 1 charge? This will be repulsive. So, this will be repulsive. So, this will be the direction of force on this plus 1 charge due to this Q1 charge. So, the same will be the direction of the electric field at this point P. So, I can write that this is the direction of electric field due to the first charge. Similarly, this is also, all these are considered positive charges. So, the direction of the electric field due to the second charge will be this, right? And similarly, for third charge, this will be again repulsive. So electric field direction will also be same as force direction. And suppose this is your Qn charge. So this will also be repulsive, and we can find the vector sum of all these electric fields to find the net electric field at point P. Why so? Because electric field is a vector quantity. Because we know that electric field is equal to force vector upon charge q, and force is a vector quantity. So electric field is a vector quantity. So that's why the net electric field at point P will be equal to electric field due to first charge at point P plus electric field due to second charge at point P plus electric field due to third charge at point P plus and so on electric field due to n charge at point P. Right? So we will simply write down this. If I mark that first charge is at distance r1 P from P point. So we can say r1 P, r2 P, r3 P, r4 Rn P. So I'll write down this as, because electric field due to a point charge, the formula is kq upon r square, where q is the source charge. So if I consider by principle of superposition, if at point P I have to find the electric field due to first charge, I'll consider that there is no other charge present. So the formula for this E1 at point P will be kq1 upon r1p square. So this will be kq1 upon r1p square, and direction will be r1p cap. Similarly, this will be kq2 upon r2p square, this is r2p cap, plus and so on kqn upon r1n square and r1n cap. Right? So this will be E net. So this will be E net. If I generalize like before, this will be K, that means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. I can take common in the next step. So this will be sigma Q I upon R I P square, and this is R I P cap, where I is equal to 1 to n, because first charge is having electric field E1p and so on. So this will be I is equal to 1 to n. So I can generalize it by writing 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. For this will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma qi upon rip whole square. This is rip cap, right? And this is again I is equal to 1 to n. So this is the force, the electric field due to a system of charges, or you can say the electric field due to multiple charges. Now we can study the significance of the electric field concept, which is very important. So let's rub the board first and then we'll continue. Before rubbing the board, I want to tell you one more thing, that if I want to write the force on unit charge. Force between plus q and plus 1 charge. I can draw another diagram here. So this is plus q is 1 charge and plus 1 is another charge. This is the other way and r is here. So this F will be force on unit charge is electric field. So I'll write first. Formula for force is K Q into 1 and this will be force on unit charge. Is electric field, right? So force on unit charge is electric field. So that's why this can directly be written as, instead of Q, I'm writing 1. This is the other method. So I've mentioned this so that you understand. So now we can rub the board and understand the significance. It gives an idea about the electrical environment of a system of charges. It is independent of the value of test charge, as we have to calculate force per unit charge. Right? So because we know that F is K Q upon R square. So that means electric field is what? This is F upon Q. So this gives me KQ upon R square. So this is independent of small q because this is source charge and this is test charge here, right? So this is electric field is independent of the value of the test charge because test charge is in the denominator, so that makes it electric field. Force per unit test charge is electric field, right? So this is another. And electric field, the word field is used. Field is used, field term is used for the quantities, for the physical quantities vary in space from point to point, right? And it has a finite value at every point, right? So that is very much clear from here. And the test charge must not disturb the source charge, so it must be very, very small. This we have already discussed. So I think this is all for significance. Now we can discuss the graph, right? Some graphs we need to discuss here. So first of all, we'll discuss the graph for the electric field only. So first we'll discuss the electric field and electric field versus distance. Second graph we'll discuss electric field versus 1 by r square, right? So this will be we know that electric field is k q upon r square. So E is inversely proportional to r square. So if I have to plot a graph between E and r, it will be steeper because it is varying as square and inverse proportionality. And this will be, it is directly proportional to 1 upon r square. So if I have to plot a graph between 1 and r, between electric field and 1 upon r square, so this will be a line like this. This is your electric field and this is 1 upon r square. Now we can discuss a graph between force and r also. We also know that force is also k q upon r square. So if we plot a graph between these, this will also be like this. Now we can have another graph like this also between one upon r square and force. So again we know that force is proportional to 1 upon r square. So this is direct proportionality. If we are plotting it between 1 by r square and f, I'll get this. So this was all about the basic concepts of electric field. Hope you understood the topic. That's all for now. Have a nice day.